So today we will be talking about the sun in Cancer in the 10th house. So with this placement, you have both Cancer and Capricorn energy, and you have the sun in this conflicting energy because Capricorn and Cancer are opposites. The 10th house is associated with Capricorn, and then Cancer, opposes Capricorn. What Cancer is about is it's about our family, our emotions, what gives us comfort, security, and the things that matter to us on a deep personal level. And it's also about our personal interests, our personal endeavors, and our personal projects that we do, especially creative projects, because Cancer is about the creative process, the process of developing things, especially behind the scenes. So a lot of times people with Cancer sun can be highly creative. They can be invested into forms of art, music, and perhaps even writing, stuff like that, things that require imagination. And the 10th house is about our status, our public image, our career, our position in the world and in the structure of society. It's ruled by Saturn. Saturn's about reality. It's about government. It's about order. It's about law. So our 10th house shows us where we fit in within all of this. And when people look at us, this is what they know us by as a person. They know us by what our position is within the reality that we partake in. And the reason I say it like this is because reality is a construct, right? So people can be in different types of realities. Like we can share the same world, but be in different mental constructs, different traditions, different things like that. And it's funny because Saturn rules construction. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent, but when you have the sun in Cancer in the 10th house, this means that you would want to be seen for your personal interests and the personal projects that you're invested in. The sun is an area of our life that radiates and that others recognize us by. It's our value to others, and it's our personality. It's our constant way of acting because it rules Leo. Leo is fixed fire. Fixed is a constant state of being. This is what the fixed signs are. They're different states of being that are stubborn and unchanging. And fire is about action or energy. So fixed fire is our personality or our constant way of acting. And also it has to do with pleasure with others. And it has to do with fun, like things that we do actively or as activities with other people. And it's also the things that we share with others. So sun in Cancer is somebody that is invested into creative projects, art, music perhaps, or just family, and personal things, especially that have a creative aspect to it. And then the 10th house, which is about what matters to other people and what matters to society and what matters to the public. When you have the sun up here now, this means you are sharing your personal creations. And there's like this opposition energy. There's a little bit of a conflict where you must sometimes sacrifice what you appreciate and sacrifice your own tastes in order to satisfy the public or satisfy what others expect of you. And you kind of balance your personal interests with your public image and your responsibilities. Sun in Cancer on its own is reserved and timid, and it does not seek attention as much as the sun would like to, because Cancer is the 12th sign from Leo, and the 12th is about the subconscious, and it's about retreats, and it's about solitude. It's also about creativity, though, and spirituality and connections and all possibilities. But usually people with sun in Cancer, they are more reserved and whatnot, so the sun feels less seen. But since the sun is in the 10th house in this case, this means that a lot of times that you can feel recognized and seen, and you balance out this internal conflict between being reserved and keeping certain things to yourself, and then also sharing what it is that you're up to with the public. And in fact, a lot of private things can feel on the spot when you have the sun in Cancer in the 10th house. So maybe you have a desire to be more reserved or to keep certain things private, but it's like in order to fulfill your duties or in order to fit into society or whatnot, you feel like you are more exposed, or you feel like you should expose more about what you're personally into, if that makes any sense. And you're sharing this with others, especially on a public scale or like on social media, and in order to keep up your image. So you really let people into your personal or private life to a certain extent, or you balance out these energies. There's a need for privacy, and there's a need for public and for public recognition. So these kind of conflict, and that's where that comes from, the need to balance. But other than that, let's see. Basically, I think I covered it all. This one is fairly straightforward. Yeah, so like you literally want to be seen for the things that interest you. That's the thing. And this can be a challenge, and it requires social intelligence and intelligence around psychology and presentation and very Venus type things, like being able to influence others or make things look nice in order to make people be able to appreciate the things that interest you. And this is that 7th house kind of influence, because Cancer is in the 7th house from Capricorn. They oppose each other. So 7 is about social intelligence, business, agreements, contracts, etc. Now, the other thing is the natural 5th house for people that have the 10th house in Cancer is Aquarius. The 5th house is important because this is the house of the sun. And Aquarius is about unconventional things, new things, uniqueness, individuality, innovation, things that never been done before. It's also about new streams of income, new opportunities, self-employment, entrepreneurship. So there's an energy of perhaps being a unique individual or having a unique career when you have this, and kind of having to break the barriers of what other people are used to in order to get others to appreciate what it is that you're interested in, and in order to turn that into a career. So a lot of times you're in like a niche kind of community in terms of your job and your income. Or at least this is a possibility. These are all energies that you can tap into, because astrology doesn't tell you who you are. It tells you a certain vibration or a certain energy that you carry, and all of these can just be manifested or expressed in different ways. These themes are more so wordless. They don't have a word. It's more like intuitive ability that allows astrologers to match the energy to certain possibilities and to certain circumstances that may be relevant to the person that has certain aspects. But anyways, those were some possibilities for Sun in Cancer in the 10th house. Hopefully that was concise, interesting, entertaining, and you learned something from this video, or it resonated in some way. If you enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe, share this video with somebody that you know that may have this placement as well, and leave a like, and check out my Patreon as well if you would like more astrology content. And of course, on there, I do more stuff, like I cover monthly horoscopes using astrology and numerology. So if that interests you, check that out. And I also do a free astrology reading for my Patreon subscribers upon subscription. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in a future video. Peace.